May 2013. Manchester United are the undisputed kings of English football. Sir Alex Ferguson has just delivered their 20th league title. The club is a global superpower, a financial juggernaut, and a winning machine. But then, the architect walked away, and the empire collapsed. In one summer, the entire operational brain of the club vanished. What followed was a slow, agonizing rot. The theater of dreams physically decayed, as the club turned into a graveyard for managerial careers. This chart captures the damage. The top line shows the club's transfer spending soaring past £1.5 billion over the next decade. The bottom line tracks their Premier League titles over that exact same period. 0. The biggest club in the world collapsed because they lost the internal structure that held it all together. Under former CEO David Gill, every business decision supported a footballing objective. The boardroom served the pitch. His replacement, Ed Woodward, was an investment banker. He possessed a sharp mind for commercial deals, but brought zero experience in running a football department. The focus moved directly to the balance sheet. The club chased social media metrics, signing whatever player was trending online to boost noodle sponsorships and tractor partnerships overseas. While rivals modernized with elite scouting networks and dedicated directors of football, United threw blank checks at the wall, hoping something would stick. This diagram illustrates the root of the problem. Back in 2005, the Glazer family bought the club through a leveraged buyout. They loaded a completely debt-free institution with massive loans and began siphoning out cash to pay interest and shareholder dividends. As the cash flowed out to the owners, the physical infrastructure was ignored. The famous Old Trafford roof literally started leaking, and the training ground fell leagues behind their rivals. Ownership cared about keeping the Champions League television money rolling in. A top 4 finish was acceptable. Winning titles was no longer a requirement. Fans rebelled. They stormed the pitch and blockaded the stadium, demanding the owners sell. When the boardroom treats a historic sporting institution like an ATM, the standards on the pitch erode. Without a unified sporting strategy above the manager, every new hire demanded a completely different style of play. David Moyes quickly proved out of his depth, making way for Louis van Gaal, who instituted a painfully slow, possession-heavy system. Then came Jose Mourinho. He secured a few early trophies, but ultimately dragged the club into a toxic civil war. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer relied on nostalgia before hitting a harsh tactical ceiling, and Erik ten Hag lost control of the dressing room amid chaotic results. This graphic shows the reality of that disjointed recruitment. You have an expensive squad stitched together from the contradictory demands of 5 different managers. They fail to connect in a cohesive formation. They can't press together, and they can't defend together. You cannot spend your way out of structural chaos. By 2024, the toxicity forced a compromise. Sir Jim Ratcliffe and INEOS purchased a minority stake, but critically, they took total control of football operations. They immediately stopped the bleeding by hiring proven executives from rival clubs to rebuild the front office. The correction took time. A gamble on manager Ruben Amorim clashed with the existing squad, leading to his dismissal in January 2026. But for the first time in over a decade, the executives making the call were operating on football logic, rather than worrying about the share price. Michael Carrick stepped in, first as interim, then permanently, a player who understood the Ferguson standards, but possessed a modern tactical Nike. Backed by a competent board, the results followed. Bruno Fernandes went on to break the Premier League assist record. The massive unearned contracts were cleared out, and United finished 3rd in the 2026 season, securing a confident return to the Champions League. No club is immune to failure when the foundation is rotten, but with serious leadership at the helm, the sleeping giant at Old Trafford is finally waking up.